frost gets spine, but the warmth in my chest keeps rising. Cold in the block, but the glow in my stride stays shining. Pressure in the steel, but the beat in my bones keeps timing. Night on my back, but the fire in my breath keeps climbing. Shadow in the gate, but the heat in my voice keeps grinding. Cold tries calling, but the warmth in my core keeps binding. Frost in the path, but the glow in my name keeps finding. Warmline echo to the frost gate spine. Glow in my chest like a lifted sign. Heat in my breath when the rails are aligned. Rise in my tone when the cold declines. Warmline spark when the steel refines. Glow in my bones when the night combines. Heat in my voice when the dark resides. Cold in the gate, but the warmth in my stand stays steady. Night in the air, but the glow in my mind stays ready. Pressure in the block, but the rise in my tone feels heavy. Frost in the pack, but the heat in my chest feels steady. Shadow in the rail, but the glow in my breath feels heady. Cold tries freezing, but the warmth in my bones stays steady. Night tries closing, but the rise in my soul stays ready. Chest like a lifted sign. Heat in my breath when the rails are aligned. Rise in my tone when the cold declines. Warm like spark when the steel refines. Glow in my bones when the night combines. Heat in my voice when the dark resides. Cold tries creeping, but the warmth in my stride keeps bending. Night tries pulling, but the glow in my eyes keeps sending. Pusher in the block, but the rise in my will keeps trending. Keeps blending. Shadow in the rail, but the warmth in my breath keeps lending. Cold in the air, but the glow in my chest keeps mending. Night in the path, but the rise in my soul keeps ascending. Warmline echo to the frost gate spine. Glow in my chest like a lifted sign. Heat in my breath when the rails align. Rise in my tone when the cold declines. Warm like spark when the steel refines. Glow in my bones when the night combines. Heat in my voice when the dark resides. Cold in the block, but the warmth in my breath keeps climbing. Night in the gate, but the glow in my chest keeps dining. Pressure in the steel, but the rise in my tone keeps rhyming. Frost in the air, but the heat in my bones keeps shining. Shadow in the block, but the warmth in my breast keeps binding. Cold tries freezing, but the glow in my soul keeps finding. Night tries closing, but the rise in my core keeps grinding. Warmline echo to the frost gate spine. Glow in my chest like a lifted sign. Heat in my breath when the rails align. Rise in my tone when the cold declines. Pop like spark when the steel refines. Glow in my bones when the night come right. Heat in my voice when the dark resides.